everyone, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another Trinity Stamps video. Today I'm going to be making some shaped cards and we are going to be using the brand new Squishy Bunny die. I absolutely love this. It's the size of a mini slimline, so it's just perfect. And it pairs so beautifully with the Peep Show stamp set and the matching die. So we are going to be using that for sure. So I went ahead and cut out a card base, just some white cardstock measuring 6 by 6, and then I used my Squishy Bunny die right over the top of that, and I cut that down. So then I have this piece of watercolor cardstock that I sprayed all kinds of distressed spray stains on, and I've kind of picked a portion that I really like. I'm going to trim that down to be 6 inches by 3 inches, and then I'm going to use the Squishy Bunny die and die cut that out as well. And then I'm left with a little bit of hangover, obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and trim down that excess because all I really want is for this to be on the front of that card base. So that's what that's going to look like. And I love how it is trimmed down. It's a little bit darker on one side. It gives it some great texture and dimension. I need to die cut out the little eyes and nose. I'm going to do that out of some black cardstock. And I'm also going to end up die cutting out some other stuff using that black as well. But we need to stamp out our sentiments, and the sentiments again come from that Peep Show stamp set. I've picked out a couple of fun ones. We're going to use some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink on this. We're going to ink those up and just stamp those down. So this one says from your peeps, and I'll clean that off and I'll grab the other one. This one says a little Easter treat. Now, I am going to bring in the matching dies that go along with these. I love that there are those. And then I've also, as you can see, brought in the shadow for the word Easter from the Squishy Bunny stamp or die set. So I'm going to run that through that die cutting machine also because we need that shadow. And you'll see there it is. I also ran the word Easter through on some black cardstock. So that's how that looks. I love how delicate that looks. And then we'll put our dies away. I am going to bring in another stamp, another one of those sentiments, because I decided I definitely wanted to have one of the sentiments on the inside, but I'm not going to die cut it out. So I'm just going to grab this one and then we'll stamp that on the inside. It says Squishy Sweet Hugs, which is so sweet. So it's perfect. All right, so now we need to start doing a little bit of assembly. So I'm going to use my reverse tweezers on this very delicate word, Easter. And I'm just going to use little dots of glue on the back of it. I'm not concerned about this glue seeping out. I'm still going to try to focus on just using small dots, but this stuff does dry clear, so if it does happen to seep beyond your die cut, don't worry, this stuff is clear. So then I'll just place that down on top. And then I need to put our little eyes and our nose on there. And the easiest way to do it is to bring in that pickup stick. It's better than using your fingers. So I'll just put the little dots of glue down that I need, bring in my pickup stick, put those eyes down, and then I can put his little nose down also. I'm going to start doing a little bit of surgery on this sentiment because it says a little Easter treat. I don't need Easter in there because I want to use the big Easter. So I am going to trim Easter out of there. So we'll just have a little and then treat, and then we can build our own sentiment that way. I'm going to trim down the word little a little bit more just because the E looks a little wonky where I trimmed it. So I'll trim that down a little bit more. And then we're just going to use some liquid glue to adhere that down. I'm going to try and center that up just a little bit. You could use foam tape on here if you wanted to add some extra dimension. But my plan to add some extra dimension is by the little sugary bit that I'm going to add to our bunny after we add this to the front of our card base. My favorite way to add a card panel to a card base that is shaped is to put the glue directly onto the card base, because sometimes, you know, the piece on the front will hang over a little bit more on that left hand side. So I just put the glue right on the base and then bring the panel to the base. And now this is our Lawn Fawn Chunky Glitter. I want to add some sugar to that left hand side, and I'm going to make my glue stream kind of thick because that chunky glitter is awesome and it catches the light so beautifully. I'm going to bring in a piece of like computer paper. You could use a coffee filter, that would work great too. And then I'm just going to open up my jar, pour that glitter right over that glue, and then you do want to set that off to the side to dry after you've tapped off some of that extra, because it's going to need some time to dry. And I just obviously have to make sure, if you watch me at all, you know I have cats. So I have to make sure this is put away so those cats don't get into our bunny. I'll put away my chunky glitter, put the lid on so I don't knock it all over the floor. And then I do want to bring in a gel pen just to add a little bit of highlights to his eyes. And then this is going to finish off this card. I have two others in different colors, orange and blue, but I love, love, love how these turned out. These would be so cute to like put a little gift card in there and hand that off. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Trinity Stamps has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.